She gave an excellent example. You know, it got me all hyper, man, because, like I said, I hate to always tell stories about myself, man. You know, but it's so many stories. It's so many stories, man.
Tell me more.
You know, and when I do my movie, you know, I'm gonna have those stories in there. They'll be like, wow, this guy went through a lot. Man. This guy know a lot of stuff. It's a lot funny and not, you know, a lot serious. But you know, I saw my mom sacrifice, man, and you know, my mom's raised 4 kids by herself, man. And my mom's was a very, very how can I say this? She was a loving individual. I mean, above the normal. Like she would, you know, see us outside and a bunch of kids out there, and she was like, you know, want something to eat? Ask your friends want something to eat too. So she wasn't that average. She was like above average. You know, she made sure that, you know, we was always good, we was always respectable, and you know, we didn't have anything, man. You know, she worked a regular full-time job, Social Security, man. And when I found out how much she made, I was like, how are you doing this, man? Like, how can you take care of all of us and do what you do? And then I would see her, like, for Christmas, get us stuff, and, you know, she wouldn't have anything for herself, or she would have these, you know, rundown sneakers, and she would buy us the new sneakers. Well, mostly my brothers and sisters, because, you know, she wouldn't really buy me the sneakers because I was the oldest. I had to understand, but, you know, I was almost a teenager, so I started working for myself, and, you know, and I saw her, you know, day in, day out. Like, she never went to the movies, you know, she never went out to dinner. You know, like it was like it had to be like a special occasion, like somebody's birthday, and they was like invite her out. But you know, it like, you know, she didn't date guys and stuff because she didn't want them around us. Like she sacrificed like her life, and she was young. You know, she was a teenager. She was still in her teens, so her whole life was a sacrifice, man. And you know, and to see her do that because she saw the better good in us, and she projected. You know, I could see that you're gonna be something better, so I might have to sacrifice so that you can be able to stand tall. And you know, and represent when the time comes. You know that she sacrificed for me, man, and you know, and that is still instilled in me, man, and it makes me want to, you know, say I'm gonna make you proud, and I'm gonna sacrifice, you know, and I'm gonna represent for you, Mom.
That's the reward.
Yeah,
to see you succeed and to see you walk up and receive your Oscar.
That's
then
right.
she's gonna feel like, oh, that was worth it.
Yeah,
that's
you know,
and
it's a shame that, you know, somebody's gonna be upset when I do get that Oscar and I invite my mama out and I'll invite somebody else. But I'm gonna have to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my mama first. Okay, on the second Oscar, I'll bring somebody else. The first one, give me my mama, man. Mama, man, I love my mama.
You gotta keep.
I love my mama, man.
You guys talk a lot about. We're talking about the moms, and that's what's up, and I love that.
Yes.
But it would remiss me if we don't also talk about sacrifice and talk about the people that put their lives on the front line for this country.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely.
You know what I mean? All due respect. I mean, I read an article in the Huffington Post. Looking at Jen Hussein, who's an artist in Austin, Texas. What she actually created was something called Letters of Sacrifice. So what that is she works with the military, and when they're getting the letters of condolences, she gets copies of those, and she kind of wraps them up in a real small thing, and she puts them into a little wired fence. So she has over 6,800 letters of condolences, right, from military families. It's an amazing story.
Wow.
I mean, and it's right now in Austin, Texas. It's going to go to Washington, D.C. next year and be there for a year by the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And it just talks about sacrifice. She started it from September 11th. That's when she started.
9/11.
So she's staying real close to making sure that we are honoring and those people that sacrifice and put their lives on the line so that we can live. And she also finds out about people that have been adults that have been raped, children that have been molested, and she also puts their names and the things that they've gone through in that same fence. So when we talk about sacrifice and we talk about things that people have gone through for not only what we're going through in this generation, but for generations to come, as we talk about the bigger picture and moving down the line, right?
Right.
I think she's an example of that, right? So it's the Huffington Post, and you can just Google it, Letters of Sacrifice. I think it's a very interesting article. It really pumped me up. You know, it'd be remiss me for me not to bring that up on the show.
Right. There's joy in sacrifice.
For sure.
And we are all living sacrifices as believers. And that's a whole nother conversation, but yes,
that's right.
We're living sacrifices.
Yeah. And, you know, when I think about sacrifice, of course we think about the military, but a movie. You know, a movie.
Oh.
I'm still a big movie buff. Also, you know, I act and I do stuff, but I love watching like movie and theater.
Yes.
And when I think about sacrifice, I think of this one particular movie, John Q.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you
Oh
remember John Q?
yes.
When Denzel Washington.
He had the hospital and
he was in the
hostage
hospital,
for his
and he was about to kill himself to give his son a heart because he was on that wait list and he needed a heart right
No
now. He was going to
question.
die.
Yes.
And he was like, no one would help him, and his insurance had lapsed. He was working part time, and he was, he went on the table and was like, just, what you gonna do? Let me just stay here, dead? You give him the heart.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then he didn't get an Oscar for that, man. I'm like, are you kidding me? Training Day he got, and I feel you. He
was
did
a
a good
bad
job
guy.
there. He did a good job there, but the ultimate sacrifice, saying that I will no longer breathe and live, so that
you can live.
this my seed can be able to live and and continue on my legacy, and it's worth it, and that is worth it.
Yeah.
I see him cry in that movie too, and it was like,
Excellent.
and be honest with you, I don't think everybody would still do that, even if they have a child. I don't still think they would.
You don't think so?
I don't think everybody would.
My mom would.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a good example. I think real life women, when there's someone when they actually give birth, that's a sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice.
Women could die on the
We were
operating
just talking
table.
about that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the ultimate sacrifice for their body. They're giving up their shape. They're giving up their mental capacity, their hormones. Their whole
shout out
body's
to
going
all
through
the
so
women.
many changes. They're
Yep.
sacrificing that so that their child can come into this world.
That's
So
true. That's
I
right.
do think people are doing that each and every day,
Yes.
even if they don't realize that it is that sense of sacrifice. And I think that's the important thing, right?
Yeah.
So when you're really sacrificing and you're selfless, you're not even looking at it like that. You're just doing it because
You're just
that's
doing it
that's
because it's
just
part
what
of your
it is.
nature.
That's right.
It's part of
Part
your
of
nature.
your nature.
Yeah.